Hey there guys, so today I'm going to make this ball disappear. So, you want to see me do it? Disappear ball at my call. When I blow, you will go. And ta-da! Isn't this really cool? And let me tell you what's even more cool. The magic of books. Books are a uniquely portable magic. So let's carry this magic with us as we delve into our book for today. And you can always watch us on KTV too.
So welcome back, dear friends, and today we'll be reading the story The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. I love the story because after reading the story, it has taught me to look at every person's view and not just judge it from my side of the story. And this story is so funny that it has made me laugh like 100 times. Even though they're not really trying to tell jokes in the story as it is really funny. Okay, so let's see what the story is about, shall we?
Okay. I'm really eager to start.
Actually, I never read the story. I'm so excited.
You should. So, once upon a time, there lived two mouses, and they were cousins. One was a country mouse who lived in the country in a small house deep in the roots of an old tree, and the other one was a town mouse who lived in the big city of New York. And one day, the town mouse came to visit his cousin, the country mouse. I hope this town mouse is not like, the country. Oh my God,
Yes.
there's an ant! Help, help!
Oh no, there's a speck of dust.
SOS.
Oh, I hope he's not like that.
Yeah. Welcome to my home, said Country Mouse. You will love the country. It's so nice and quiet.
But I don't think the town mouse is really used to nice and quiet because I've been to
Yeah.
New York and it's really noisy
like-
and bustling and all
Because
that.
people always talk and start talking and go to shops.
Yeah,
Which one do you prefer, country or town?
country.
Town.
Country. Okay. The country mouse made a big supper of pies, jam, homemade butter, honey, and freshly baked bread. And they sat down to eat at the wooden table. But Town Mouse did not like the plain food or the thick mugs and plates. And later, even though he ate very little, he felt sleepy and then he went to sleep. And the little straw bed that Country Mouse made for the Town Mouse made the Town Mouse scratch and sneeze. It's too dark and quiet in the country, he said. I can't sleep. And then, in the middle of the night, he heard an owl hooting. And whatever little sleep he had, that too went away from him. And then a dog started barking, and he was scared of the wits of him. But let's see what happens when he wakes up. Every morning, before the sun was up, Country Mouse was busy finding food to store up for the winter. And then he called out, "Come and help me, cousin," he shouted cheerfully. But Town Mouse did not want to work or go pick berries for lunch. He did not like getting his hands and clothes dirty, especially the new suit he had just bought from New York. In town, there's no need to look for food, you just get it.
Well, maybe he's just actually living in a hole in somebody's house and he always feasts on the leftover food
Yeah.
like fish
Yeah, actually,
and whatever is
maybe.
left.
Yeah. One day, Country Mouse took Town Mouse across the meadow to find some mushrooms to make mushroom soup. And Town Mouse, since he loved it, he went along. The horse who lived there came down to make friends with the mice. Town Mouse was so surprised, he fell head over heels into the wet grass. I don't like the country. It's cold, it's wet, and it's very, very frightening, he told.
Uh-oh, his new suit is ruined.
Maybe he wanted to have a peaceful day, but it didn't work well.
Yeah. On the way home, Town Mouse was so busy telling Country Mouse about the town that he did not notice a huge owl swooping down towards him. "Look out!" shouted Country Mouse, pushing his cousin into the ditch. The owl flew away, But what a fright they both had.
I think they're scared to be
I think they need a good night's sleep.
Town Mouse hated the country more than ever. It was cold and wet and frightening and very dangerous. He wanted to go home. Later that night, Town Mouse saw a family who lived at the end of the lane getting into a car to go to New York. "Come on, cousin," he cried. "You can see the town for yourself. Let's go."
So they won't get their good night's sleep?
So I want you guys to be really careful right now, because as you can see, the story is completely changing into a whole new climax, and where Town Mouse was suffering in the country country mouse may share the same fate. Let's find out. The two mice hid under the back seat of the car until they reached the middle of the town. Then they jumped out into the busy street. Horns hooted and cars whizzed past. Country Mouse had never heard so much noise or seen so many bright lights in his lifetime.
That must be such a shock for him, like all of a sudden.
I know.
Yeah.
Town Mouse took his cousin home with him, but the house was much too big for Country Mouse. "I'm sure to get lost," he thought nervously. The Town Mouse prepared a huge feast of fruit, cakes, puddings, and cream. It was all too rich and sweet for the Country Mouse, and then finally he began to feel sick.
Yeah, I actually feel that way sometimes. Like if I have too much of something I like, I really like meringues. And if it's like a bit sweet, so if I have too much, I kind of feel, oh, I shouldn't have had that much.
You know, sometimes I have too much of oranges or like anything. I feel like that's it. I have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. And then Country Mouse found a nice piece of cheese, but he didn't realize that it was a trap. Town Mouse and his family rescued him, but then at that time a cat saw them and they all had to run away. Country Mouse was so afraid that he just wanted to go. At bedtime, he did not like the soft little bed. He was like, Town Mouse, no offense, but this bed is like a pudding. I'm just going down and sinking. And the room was too bright because of all the lights in the street and the candles. Oh, come on, even the candle stand was golden. It was so bright he had to wear sunglasses.
Uh-oh. I mean, like, maybe he didn't actually have lights there, or maybe he just had lamps. So I'm sure it must have been too bright. Like, for instance, if I was sleeping or if I was just like sitting in a dark room and all of a sudden if I go into the light, it's like, oh my god, I see spots in front of my eyes.
Yeah, that's me when I wake up from sleep. Like my mom turns out all of the lights, like clearly all of them.
I know, like if I shut my eyes for some time and then I just open them, I'm like, oh my god, where'd the whole world go? It's full of spots.
So let's see what the story is about continuing. And then at last he fell asleep. Country Mouse dreamed of home. He could smell the trees and the fresh earth, the smell of the sweet apples and the apple pies and the freshly baked bread. Oh, how he wished he was safely back in his country home once more, especially as it would soon be Christmas.
Yeah.
In the morning, the mouse found a large hamper under the Christmas tree. Town Mouse read the label. "It's going near your home," he cried to his cousin. Country Mouse jumped right into the hamper, and soon it was carried outside and put into a van.
Country Mouse must be happy because there's nothing like celebrating festivals at your home, or if you miss your home, there's nothing like being at home once again.
Yeah.
Especially like when we travel, even though I like to see a new place, it's that when I reach home, I know that I am back where I belong.
Exactly. I always feel that
I
way.
feel so relieved.
Yeah.
Let's see. And that afternoon, Country Mouse tumbled out of the van into the lane where he lived. He could hear carols singing coming from the church and went closer to listen. He could smell the freshly baked pies and the cranberry sauce and turkeys that they had roasted for the dinner. He sighed with happiness. It had been a great adventure, but now all he wanted to do was forget it and enjoy his house and he was safely home at last. So I hope you all enjoyed the story, and we'll be back after a short break to discuss the story further ahead. So welcome back, dear friends, and I hope you all enjoyed the story of the town mouse and the country mouse. So what did you understand from the story?
From this story, I understand that we always like best where we are from or where we stay the most. And also, when we go to a new place, we should be ready to experience the things, and we should see things not just from our own perspective, but also from the ways that others see it. You know, because everyone has a different view of things. Some may see things as good and others may see things as bad.
And what about you?
I think that actually when you go to a new place, you're just not that comfortable because you lived like your whole year in your country and you know all of the things in your country. So like if you go in another place, even though for one day, you can't feel because you're already want to sleep in your bed. Like for me, I don't know how to sleep on any pillow, only my pillow.
I know, like we feel safest in our home, most comfortable. We know our way around and all that.
So I hope you all really enjoyed the story, and in the story we saw that town mouse and country mouse had totally different adventures. And remember, a person who reads lives 1,000 lives, but a person who never reads has led only one life. So try to read more books and try to live those 1,000 lives. And if you're done, take the next book and be the first person to live the 1,001 lives. So happy reading and have a great day.
Bye.
Goodbye.